Hello and welcome to NewProd Design. I'm Daniel Mason.
And I'm James Wright.
And in this episode, we're going to be talking all about OpenProd. OpenProd is our open source project, all about sharing project design with everyone out there. So whether you're a student or whether you're a practicing project designer or just want to know more about project design, this is the series for you.
Yeah, so we're going to take our product ideas and we're going to make absolutely everything that we do available to you. So whether you're interested in 3D printing, CAD modeling, anything to do with the product design sphere, you don't necessarily have to be a product designer, as Dan said. And we're going to make that all available online for you to download and have a go at yourself.
And drink a lot of tea.
That as well.
So yeah, it was last October now, which is quite a while ago. We actually, I did nothing. James did everything.
I did a series of sketches for Inktober. So if you're not aware of what Inktober is, it is as Dan is pointing out, those are the sketches that I did for that, and it's a design challenge or art challenge.
Art challenge. It's not really for designers. We just sort of took it and went, we're going to do all about design.
But it was really good for coming up with great new innovative ideas and really showing off what we're all about. So the pictures behind you are sort of a snapshot of what we had. We really did have a good range of things incorporating products involving metal, sheet metal work, that sort of thing, technology, so smart technology for the home, that sort of thing. Planting, we've done a lot of design for that sort of thing before. So a good range of disciplines within product design.
So we were like, we've got it was over 30 concepts,
31 ideas or designs,
31 ideas, 31 sketches. So we had loads of information, loads of ideas, but we didn't know which one to go with. And often when you're presented with problems like this, you're like, I've got loads of ideas, but which one do I pick? That's kind of a common challenge for product designers. So the way we tackle that is we have a little design workshop, and what a design workshop basically is we get all of the concepts together that we've got and try and group them down into 3 main ideas. You might have a design workshop as a different layout, but this is just how we did it for this one. So so we brought our we brought all of our ideas and brought them down into 3 categories, and our 3 categories were metal, electronics, and plants. And we picked them on the day, and we sort of made it all up as we go along.
So we grouped them together, went through each idea one by one, analysed what we liked about it, what we didn't like, whether it would suit what we want to do. In this case, for OpenProd and ourselves, we go around to a lot of trade shows, and we would like to have something that we can just pull out our pocket and go, hey, this is something we designed. It might have a nice mechanism. It might have some cool electronics, so it's completely wireless, so we can go, hey, look, if you press this button, this happens, and people go, wow, that's cool, that's interesting, and it shows off what we're all about.
At the moment, we're taking around these little 3D printed business cards, which people get really excited about, but we want more stuff like this, where people just go, wow, that's different, that's new. So, so there's one little requirement, but we also wanted to make something that's good for sort of everyone else out there as well, something that's good for the planet in a little way. So we got down to our 3 concepts, but then we were like, we sort of like these, but they need more development. So the best way that we came up with to quickly develop was to have 5-minute sketching challenges. So we both sat there and quickly sketched out, and here's one that we prepared earlier.
So we do sort of about 4 for each idea, and really come up with a crazy range of ideas which are sort of out there and make you think about the product, what the scope of it and what we could do with it as far as OpenProd goes. And so as far as that goes, we decided to go for the first OpenProd video for the extendable plug. So the extendable plug, we really like this because it sort of features a lot of current technology. Smart home meters for energy measuring, gas and electricity monitoring are rolling out across the UK at the moment, and the uptake is pretty good. It could be better, but it's...
So really what we're heading towards is trying to educate people on how much energy they use. So a smart hub is great, but it tends to be just one screen in one room of the entire house. So if you're upstairs using a hairdryer, the energy hub might turn bright red and start dancing around the desk, but you'll have no idea because you're in a completely different room. So this is all about bringing that data straight to the person as they use the product. So you plug your hairdryer into this, and
It starts going red.
red.
You have that immediate feedback with the product, which is so valuable to the user.
Yeah.
So that it gives them a reminder of how they're using the energy. So they might think, oh, okay, this hairdryer is using a lot of energy. I'm only going to use it for a short period of time because I'm very aware of this now.
Yeah. And it applies not only maybe in like a household, but if in an office sort of space, or maybe even some sort of like hiring out sort of environment where you're hiring out a space for functions or this sort of thing. Something like this could be perfect, where you plug your product in, and it says this is using loads of energy. So I know what you're probably going to say. Oh well, doesn't the little LCD display that? So this part, let me get my finger in the right place. This part here changes colour. That's the idea. Doesn't that use electricity? Well, basically the LED power that gets sucked out to drive the LEDs is so minor.
Absolutely minute. If you think that a typical mobile phone, the cost to charge that for a year is less than £1.50, depending on personal usage, the amount of electricity used for that LED is absolutely minuscule.
Yeah.
So this technology,
although it uses a little bit, it saves a lot.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we had that main concept. This was one of the ones that fed into it. This was all about using little LCD screens, something we might still come back to, but we've actually moved a little bit away from LCD screens and more towards this thing where you've got a light up section of the plug, and you've got a really good one there.
Yeah, so obviously, as Dan's been speaking about, here we have obviously the green, blue, yellow, red. It changes as the product is used. We've also come up with ideas around the form of the product. So is it something that is actually more like an extension cable, which is typically found in the house? Is it expandable, so you can plug one into the other and they sort of connect onto each other, almost like the body of a centipede sort of thing, where it's a completely extendable product. So we really wanted a good range of ideas to build upon and take the idea forwards.
Yeah, so we had loads of ideas. We've brought it down into our 3, then we brought it down into our 1, and now we're sort of going back out again on that one topic. So we've got our electricity and plugs, and now we're trying to come up with loads of ideas. So yeah, we've got that sketching page, we've got this one, similar sort of thing again. That one we got a bit confused and started doing plants, but you know, don't worry about that. But that might come up later on. But yeah, so a big part of it is not only how much space it takes up popping out, but how much space it takes up behind the wall. So it's got to retract into the wall somehow, so that's quite a challenge really, because obviously you've only got so much space behind that front facade going backwards.
Absolutely.
But, yeah.
So on that basis, I had the idea of this sort of peculiar double, I don't know how you describe that.
Telescopic
is a good word.
Telescopic.
Plug, which has a whole host of problems, but you've got to go through that in the process to arrive at a really good, well-rounded solution.
Yeah. So we took forward from that, done some more form, and basically the way we went next with form was we actually started card modelling.
Yeah.
You could say cardboard-aided modelling, possibly even CAD modelling.
Cardboard-aided design.
Yeah, there we go. So we did a bit of cardboard-aided design. As you can see, I rather overcompensated a bit. James had a little bit more of a tiddler. But basically they show the same idea. So you've got something that can extend out and pop back in, and that would be my front facade, that would be yours.
Yeah.
And so you can see I was thinking quite a big thing, James was thinking quite small, and we've actually ended up going for something a little bit more in the middle.
Of the two, yeah.
And you can see I lost the argument about the form. I was very insistent that triangle was a nice shape, James was not. So yeah, the real benefit of using CAD means at this stage we're able to just quickly get a 3D print finished and start thinking ahead to how we want to develop design further. So yeah, we even started considering possibly putting where the split lines would go, which is what these blue marks are all about. And yeah, we've got a physical model which matches our CAD perfectly. We're able to get it up on the screen and check it out on there, and this really sort of propels the whole design process forward really quickly and easily. This CAD model's really rough, don't get me wrong, it's not a perfect model, but it's the size we want and the form we want. So yeah, now we can start thinking about the mechanism.
So, we've done our cardboard modelling, we've come up with a range of concepts, and we're going to go with this one. So it's the circular face design, and what we want from this is a mechanism that allows the socket to extend backwards and forwards at a push right on the face there. So you give it a click and it shoots out like that. So I've designed a mechanism which effectively needs to be compact and fit within the constraints of something this size, and I've come up with this. So at the moment it looks obviously like two cubes, but you take this inner, which will represent the part that shoots out, and it goes inside the larger cube like that. Have a bit of a tolerance to allow it to move nice and smoothly, and effectively what the channel does on the top of this cube is allow a roller, or almost a pin, to sit within there and control the movement of the two cubes. So this tiny little ring sits in this channel. When I place this inside here and pin it in place, the two cubes move backwards and forwards and get constrained so that they're effectively as one. Problem is, this model isn't perfect, so it doesn't travel far enough, which is limited by some of the ribbing on the back here, and it's just not particularly smooth. This is partly due to the tolerances of the little roller there. You can see it kind of rattles around a bit, and the other big concern, which was caused by me at 10:30 designing this, is the spring, which allows it to shoot backwards and forwards, doesn't actually fit over the prong properly, which is really annoying. On that basis, this model ends up consigned to our shelf with Dan's chia seeds and my green tea. So back to the drawing board.
Hey, I'm going to eat those chia seeds one day. Anyway, James overcame his mechanism problems, and you're able to extend quite well now, aren't you?
Well, I've had to have a good go. So we've come up with three ideas. Obviously, the original, I've explained, the roller didn't work too well on this channel, and we also had some issues with the spring not being long enough. So I explored the idea of using a push button release mechanism. So this front piece comes out, and I've incorporated a double tab system, so when this long push button seated in there, you push forwards and the tab releases the front there and allows it to shoot out, and then you just push it back and it goes in as you'd expect and holds. But it's kind of clumsy. We want a really nice smooth motion, just like you'd have with something from, I don't know, a kitchen drawer or something like that, with a nice push latch, simple as that. So we have this one. Bollocks. Oh no! Just like that. So that is based on these simple push-push mechanisms. So I took one of these apart, analysed what was inside, kind of reverse engineered, but to fit this product, to give us the extension we need, and it all works perfectly. So we're well on the way to coming up with the mechanism for this idea.
Yeah, so in the next instalment of OpenProd, we're going to try and take this a bit further, I think. And
yeah, we're going to get out some electronics involved, try and come up with how we're going to make the thing change colour, just do a bit of development of how it looks, the aesthetic design, because we'd.
Oh, I think I might be doing quite a lot of that. I'm keen to. Yeah, I'm keen because at the moment we've got this, which all looks fine. I mean, it works great. I mean, the mechanism actually it does what it says on the tin. But we've got a lot more to think about how the plugs go in, how we get the electronics to work, because do we have like a flexi cable, or do we have
do we have metal inserts which are kind of housed inside to allow the plugs to slot in, all of the challenges that brings forward. Yeah, so
might even look at try and do some different stuff with the springs as well, because at the moment this one it's very soft at the end,
yeah,
but very difficult to press right at the end. So we're going to, when you get to do the actual lock-in bit, so we're going to look at maybe some constant load springs, I think.
possibly. Yeah, we'll see what the best method of doing that is, and we'll talk in depth about that in the future.
So in the next video we'll tell you all more about this, but yeah, that's it for now, I think. Right, let's do it all again from the start.
Oh bollocks! What?